In this video, I'm going to show you how to activate an SSL certificate on Namecheap. If you have already purchased an SSL, but you are confused about CSR codes, CNAME records, or domain verification, this video will walk you through everything until your certificate is fully issued. By the end of this tutorial, your website will be secured with HTTPS. Once you are logged into your Namecheap account, head over to the main dashboard. From the menu on the left, click on SSL Certificates. If your SSL certificate hasn't been activated yet, you will see an Activate button next to your domain, and that's exactly what we are doing. Go ahead and click Activate. On this page, enter the domain name you want to secure. Make sure this is the exact domain name where your website is hosted or will be hosted. When you are done, click Next. For the SSL activation method, select Manual. This method works reliably and gives us full control over the setup. Click Next to continue. The next page requires a CSR code. If you don't already have one, let's generate it together. Open a new browser tab and search for CSR code generator. From the search results, open decoder.link. Once the site loads, click on CSR generator, then click Generate. Now, if you are familiar with the advanced fields, you can fill them in. Otherwise, it is completely fine to leave everything as default and just click Generate. Once the CSR is generated, you will see three things: a CSR code, a private key, and a certificate tab. Copy the private key and save it somewhere secure. Do not share it and do not lose it. You will need it later if you ever reinstall the SSL. After that, copy the CSR code. Make sure you do not close this page unless you have already saved the private key. Go back to the Namecheap activation page and paste the CSR code into the field provided. Now click Next. On the validation page, leave the option set to add a CNAME record, then click Next. Next, enter your admin email address. This is where Namecheap will send your SSL certificate files once the process is complete. You will now be redirected to your SSL detail page, usually titled something like Positive SSL for your domain.com. For example, here I have Positive SSL for adelhost.org. On this page, click Get a CNAME record. Under DCV method, click Edit Methods, then select Get Record. You will now see two values, host and target. Leave this page open. We will come back to it shortly. Return to the Namecheap dashboard, go to Domain List, and click Manage next to your domain. Navigate to Advanced DNS, click Add New Records, then select CNAME records. Now, copy the host value. Make sure to remove your domain string attached to the host value before you paste. Copy and paste the target value exactly as shown in the input. Now, let's set the TTL to 1 minute to speed up the verification process. Click the check mark to save the records. Go back to SSL certificates, click Details, and open the CNAME lookup link. Right after adding the required records, and before we check the CNAME lookup link, let's first add these records inside cPanel. If you are following along, I have added a link in the description to the hosting plan I'm using. That said, even if you are on a shared hosting plan, this is perfectly fine. The steps we are covering here will still apply. To get started, Navigate to the hosting list inside your Namecheap account, then click Manage next to your hosting plan. From there, navigate to Software. I'm using the Reseller Nebula plan, and under cPanel, select Login to cPanel from the drop-down. Enter the cPanel login details that were sent to you by email and sign in. Once you are logged in, to add the DNS records, navigate to Domains, then click on Zone Editor. Click Manage next to your domain, then select Add Records. For the record type, choose CNAME. Let's return to our Namecheap account to access our host value and targets. So under valid zone name, enter the host value, and under fully qualified domain name, enter the target value provided. Let's now change the TTL to 60, and then we will save the records. We will give this some time to propagate. After a short while, your SSL certificate should be issued automatically. And once that is done, we can go back and check the CNAME lookup, and everything should be good to go. And that is it. You have an active SSL certificate or SSL enabled on your domain, and it should be accessed via HTTPS. After adding these records in our cPanel account, if we return to our SSL certificate, it should still be pending. Let's navigate to Details, and let's click on, from this page, Edit Methods. Navigate to where we have Edit Methods and go ahead and click on that. Right here on this page, let's save changes and retry. So now let's wait for some minutes until our SSL certificate and for the TTL time to completely reach, and then our SSL should be active. So after a few minutes or seconds, you should see your positive SSL at your specific domain now active. So even if you click on domain list, you should still see an active SSL. Let's go back to our SSL certificates, and now if we click on downloads, you will download all the SSL file. Now that we have an active SSL on our Namecheap dashboard and we have downloaded the SSL certificate files, there are a few steps we need to take to install this SSL on our cPanel. If you return to your cPanel account, your domain name is still not secured under HTTPS. If I click on it right here, you can see that this domain name is still not secure. That is mainly due to the fact that the SSL certificate hasn't been installed yet. We are going to do those steps now. To install your SSL on your cPanel account, let's navigate to Security. Under Security, click on SSL/TLS. Once the page loads, navigate to Install and Manage SSL for your site, and click on Manage SSL Sites. Under this page, we will then be required to enter our domain name, certificate CRT, private key, and certificate authority bundle. Now you remember that this private key is the same key I asked that we secured it in a place that we can always access. To access the rest of the file, you will find them in this downloaded file. I have mine right here, so it should be your domain name /CA bundle and that of CRT. You can open this with any text editor or even with Visual Studio Code. What I'm going to do is I'll enter my domain, so you can select that from the drop down. I'll open and paste the certificate CRT, and you can click on autofill. So because this was not generated on cPanel, you realize that our certificate authority bundle has been pre-filled. But then you don't have to worry because you have access to these files, so you can equally fill them in. I'm going to enter my private key. So also go ahead and copy the exact private key we secured during the process. So I'll go ahead and paste my private key in. Now, the next thing I'm going to do here is to click on install certificate. Now, our certificate installation is in progress. And then once that is completed, you will get this pop-up that shows that your SSL was successfully installed. And that is how you can install the SSL certificate you just set up from Namecheap on your cPanel account. Go ahead and click on OK. Now let's return to our cPanel homepage. And once this reloads for some time, you should see that now your SSL certificate has been activated on cPanel, and this icon here should now be locked. Now let's test this out on a browser, and we should see that our account is secured. So that is it for installing SSL on your cPanel account after setting it up on Namecheap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if this video helped you out, please consider subscribing to the channel, and do not forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching.